So I'm meeting with Walt Bentley. He's our UC IPM specialist based out of Kearney Ag Center, and Walt's going to share some thoughts on navel orangeworm control for this upcoming hull split.
Hi David, I had a great meeting today and I really enjoyed hearing Joel Siegel's talk, particularly on the residual effect of many of these insecticides. And I know many of these, I think Intrepid happens to be one that's very effective, reduced risks. Joel seemed to point out as having quite long residual, but the timing of that material is important. I know he's talked about coverage, and I won't go into the coverage aspect of utilizing a spray in an orchard, but the timing of a product like Intrepid is tremendously important. And that early hull split for the very susceptible non-Perel variety is critical. Remember, Intrepid is an insect growth regulator. I don't mean to promote one over another here. We have others such as Altacor, Rynoxapyr, Belt. All these are very effective on the egg stage without being particularly damaging to parasites and predators of other pests, and also without triggering spider mite problems. So I like to see these newer products coming in, but making that timing at the early part of hull split, and generally we talk about that treatment.
So what is the early part of hull split? What do you mean, when you first start seeing the suture?
Well, the old method of timing this is I normally go to the edge of the orchard and see if we're detecting hull split there. So that kind of gives me an indication, okay, about mid-height in the tree, we're going to be seeing it. Then periodically I'll go back into the orchard, not on the edge, but on the inside of the orchard about midway up, and grab a few non-Perel nuts and try to squeeze them from end to end. If those nuts, you'll see a deep suture there, you don't know for sure if that's hull split, but if you can squeeze the end, almost like squeezing an egg end to end, that hull splits, I consider that hull split. And when you can be in the range of 1 to 5% hull split, you're going to be very effective in managing navel orangeworm. We've done these timing trials year in and year out.
Now, if you make a spray that early, is there a need to come back and do a bracket spray, or would that just be necessary for your pollinators?
It could be necessary for your pollinators. It really depends on the type of pressure. If you've done a good sanitation job, you haven't had consistent egg laying within the orchard using the egg traps, I probably wouldn't worry too much about it. The residual of some of the products goes up above 30 days. However, if you've had damage in the past, you're dealing with soft shells and not hard shell varieties, that's certainly one that you could consider.